are live.
We are live.
Oh, how's it going?
Man, I don't know if I'm fired up or I'm like, through the fire. So yeah,
dude,
there we go.
I am literally like, what degree burns do I?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, is this?
Do I have? So as I was catching up, the week of chaos is over.
Yes.
So now it's like, let go. It's in the Lord's hands, as they say.
Absolutely.
And so as a result of all the chaos, I won't go into all that ridiculous detail, but it's like I survived, and it was the gauntlet of things that were just, first off, there's a side of being a homeowner that is just every so often
they
is
don't
just
tell
like,
you about, yes.
yeah, that isn't in the brochure, and you just got to deal with stuff.
Well, and what's interesting too is like you're doing so many things, leveling up right now in a lot of different ways, and it's just like it seems like every time that you go to level up, and it's funny. I was talking to my girlfriend about this today. It's like every time you go to level up, like the universe is just kind of like, prove it. Like, do you really want to? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to be capable of taking like this next level of shittery that's coming your way?
Exactly. This fresh hell.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, yeah, you can do the 100-pound weights. How about the 200-pound weight? You know what I mean?
Bro.
And it's like that. And there's been so many things in our life too. There's so many good things, and like there's just been a bunch of things. The universe is like, boom, gonna do this, boom, gonna do this. And it's like, all right, can we? Well,
and that's been like running the gauntlet for like the past 2 weeks or whatever, with delay here, crazy schizophrenic accidental thing here, and then all these little serendipities. Like I told you, just the one where it's like, okay. They're pulling the fridge and to put the new fridge in. The ice maker line goes haywire.
Yes.
It just so happened to have a plumber upstairs, fixing the upstairs bathroom toilet. It's like, what are the odds of that? And to just be able to run upstairs and to tell the guys at the refrigerator, hold that. Yes. I have a plumber upstairs.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where I think suit up, show up starts to pay dividends, where I always say to everybody, the universe rewards effort.
It absolutely does, yeah. The work never forgets. And it's like, you do the work, and there's reward. And here's the thing that's interesting about that is you don't always get to pick where the reward comes from. Like, it was interesting years ago, like when I was in real estate, man, I'd pound out phone calls, I'd knock doors, I'd do whatever. And then, like, I'm like, man, nothing's happening, right? Like, you do also, and then all of a sudden, you'd be walking through Walmart, and somebody'd be like, hey, you're a realtor, right? I'm ready to list my house. And you're like, what the heck? And what's interesting is that seemed like just a random whatever. But over time, you realize, like, I don't necessarily get to pick where the reward comes from, but man, when I do the work, there's always these rewards that show up. And when I don't do the work, the rewards don't show up. So it's like, but it's real that you don't always kind of get to pick it.
I would say you never get to pick.
Yeah.
So like everybody that's ever worked with me or for me, it would be like, I would say like, no, we're going to do this.
Yes.
Because karmically speaking, that's the highest payoff potential.
Yeah.
However, you don't get to pick when that coupon gets redeemed.
Correct.
And it's one of those things where I have found that the more you do that, the more everything else just sort of sorts itself out. The trick for me now is to just not lose my shit and go full DEFCON, fatalist when something goes sideways.
Well, and that's the extreme part of us, right? It's like it's either the end of the world or it doesn't matter at all, right? And it's like a lot of times it's like, you cut your leg, it's not the end of the world, but we should also probably take care of it. You know what I mean?
Like some Neosporin on that.
Somewhere in the middle, yeah.
Yes. And so now I wake up today, and today was kind of like one of the deadlines or one of the reasons why we're early. And so like, we both got to go take care of stuff or whatever. And it's like, okay, I made it to this. And it's, I don't know, whenever you have situations where like there's 37 things that go wrong.
Yeah.
And there's a deadline.
Yes.
But the deadline can't really be moved, and it also can't really know, or there's no reason for the deadline to know about all the chaos.
Yes.
And you make it through the gauntlet, and you're like, wait, are we really here?
Yeah.
Like, okay, because like now, like, what is the other shoe? Is the other shoe fixing to, just kick me in the shorts?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Well, it's so funny too, because like we've talked about this before. It's like I believe that most of happiness is a byproduct of doing hard things and being proud of who you were as you went through tough stuff. Not that everything has to be hard, but I think that a lot of happiness comes from like how I went through that thing. And so the cool thing is we get to choose. So the key is not to pursue a problem-free life, but it's to choose like, hey, what are the problems I want to deal with, right? Like do you want to deal with I have no money, or do you want to deal with like I have a lot of money and I got to figure out what to do with it? Like there's problems on either side,
right.
In a sense, right?
Yes.
Do I want to deal with like no kids, or the
issues.
problems of like, hey, my kid's acting up? Like it's just you get to choose. So it's interesting. Sometimes we're going, somebody's praying that they wish they would have these problems. Like the things I'm complaining about today, like I'm complaining about, the roof caving in. They're like, man, what's it like to have a house? Whatever it is. So, but it's also, it sounds nice in a bumper sticker. Not as nice when it's your real life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
When you are in the middle of it, and it's like, usually now, like, okay, one thing goes sideways, like, all right, okay, cool. But like, dude, when you're on like 7, 8, 9 that have stacked, so one of the things that I use AI for is in recovery, there's a thing called a 10th step, which is like this, that's like overly formal or whatever. And I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy to have a journal. I'm not the guy to like write shit down and look at it later or whatever. However, through the miracle of technology, I have basically like a therapist and
to talk it out.
And I can literally just say like, okay, this and this happened, this is really pissing me off, blah blah blah, whatever, and then it'll give me back, oh, that's triggered because of this, or that's because of this. And to have something that will, because for me, I don't know about you, or I don't know about anybody else, but for me, anybody that hits me with a bumper sticker or some like Susie cream cheese shit, dude, check him into the boards.
Just want to punch him right in the face. I'll punch you, baby.
Yes,
it's so true.
But if you give me the analytics, and I actually like when the robot will call me out. We're like, that's in your head because of this, and this.
Very helpful.
It's like, oh.
And understanding the mechanics behind it sometimes is great. So one thing I realized is I'm a verbal processor. So like a lot of people are internal processors, right? So they bounce around their head. They think things through up here. I am usually better served thinking things out with someone, right? So it's great to have something to talk it out with, But it's also great to know the mechanics behind it. Like, this is why, like, these are the things.
I will literally say, from the point of view of a PhD level clinician, analyze this, and this is, the knee jerk thought, or this is what I want, or this, and so like to get it really, like, it's just giving you the stats of. This is why you would do what you do. And then the cool thing is, because everybody now, it's such a gimmick. We went to several different AI things this week, and they were really kick-ass. But by and large, GPT or whatever is just a replacement for Google, which it's good because at least then you're not being force-fed whoever paid.
1,000 times faster and more articulate. And
and you're not being force-fed whoever paid Google the dump truck full of money every day. That's why Zillow's #1 on every search for every address you ever put in. It's because they literally, airlift pallets of cash to Google every day. Whereas AI won't do that, or at least not yet. I mean, don't worry. Anything that's invented, marketers will come in later.
100%. We will ruin it at some point. Don't you?
We are going to go, and it'll be a land grab. And but that hadn't happened yet.
Let's talk about December.
Yes. Oh man, and it's like I'm that guy now. I'm like, holy shit, how did it get to be December?
It came fast. What's the biggest mistakes you've made in Decembers, and what are you going to do this December to make it great?
So biggest mistake in December was buying into, so like even if you're tangentially related to real estate, you get infected by some of the generic real estate 101 mindset and really
limiting beliefs. Like, hey, here's 20 limiting beliefs. Take these and roll.
Or just behavior patterns.
Correct.
Where it's like, I used to have the idea of like, oh yeah, we just check out at Halloween, basically.
Correct.
But we kind of play act like we're doing stuff until Thanksgiving, and then we are gone.
And then it's just done. Yeah. Then I'm not even pretending anymore.
And then we're going to do some planning classes in January, but like, holler at me around Valentine's Day.
I love when people are like, oh, we're going to do our business planning, January 20th. And I'm like, so you can get started in February, so we can actually have things in momentum by April. Like that's planning for next year. But
exactly. That whole idea of, because I came from the mortgage world where everything was, if you went to a new bank, like your pipeline is dog shit for 30 days. And then you're massaging things to maybe get paid in another 30 to 45 days. So that whole idea of, well, this is later money. What about right now money?
Correct.
Like I assume you want lunch today.
Right.
And so one of my biggest things was just kind of, I don't know, tacitly agreeing to go into that hibernation mode.
Yeah.
Where now swear to God, he can testify. I asked Austin, I was like, so hey dude, what are you doing like over the holiday thing there after Christmas to New Year's thing or whatever? Because it's like everybody's going to be gone.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a wonderful time. And I think like one of my clients asked me today, she goes like, so should I slow down in December or not? Something to that effect. And I'm like, seasonality is a real thing in the sense that like you can look at charts and go like, hey, we used to sell 1,000 houses a month and now it's 600 houses a month, right? So I get that there's some pieces of it, but you get to choose if your business has seasonality, right? Like if that's the common thread, like do I let the market just carry me along?
That's the thing.
Or do I, hey, if I want to have the same amount of production, I'm gonna have to double down or do some different things. Now, if you don't, that's okay. But what I'm not okay with is just like letting it happen. Like, wow, whatever it is.
The whole reactive.
Exactly. I want you to choose how you go through December. Like choose the days you're gonna work, choose the days you're not gonna work, right? And like you said, like the days you're gonna work, let's not pretend, let's actually do work. And the days you're not gonna work, let's actually not do work. Or half days, whatever it is.
Well, and for me, I can't actually, or I have a difficult time actually letting myself off the hook for any kind of like the idea of like, oh, here's a totally work-free vacation. That is not happening.
So here's what somebody like you has to do. At least what I had to do, and I'm naturally kind of wired this way, but I need to feel like I've earned the right.
Oh yeah,
right. Ooh. So like, but this is a great thing for my clients. A lot of times they'll be like, hey, I want to take a week vacation off. I just don't feel like I can, or whatever it is. What would you need to do to feel like you've earned, or not even just to feel like it, what would you need to do to earn the right? Yeah,
like what would be empirical evidence that, dude, you've done it?
So if I want to take 2 weeks off in December, right, what do I need to do to earn the right that it doesn't put my family in harm's way, my clients, like I've earned the right? And I think that's a good way to think about like, what are the things I need to do to earn the right to take the weekend off? Well, I need to get my calls made. I need to get these things. What do I need to do to earn the right to take a week vacation every quarter?
Well, and like that's treating yourself how you actually are, how you actually behave.
Yes.
Because a lot of folks, myself included, it's like I tend to pretend that I'm, or at least I did historically. With AI now, I'm a lot more dialed in.
Yes.
But I used to pretend like, I don't behave like I behave. I behave like how I intend to behave.
Yeah. I'm not defensive.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not at all. Yeah.
I always wanted to be judged on my intentions, not my actions. Yeah.
Yes,
it's like, hey, hold up.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that thing that I did.
Where's the baby Jesus? Like, I don't want full-grown Jesus. I want baby Jesus that just lets me off the hook because I intended to be on time.
Yeah, what's this accountability bullshit?
I meant to pay those bills. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my heart.
All of that is learned behavior, good and bad. And so over time, I've been doing the learned behavior in the good way.
Yeah.
But still, even now, I have this thing. I don't know if it's the puritanical work ethic or whatever, which I'm glad I have.
Yeah.
There is that element of, okay, I've been at this now, probably sum total for like 10 years or whatever. And it's like, wow, that really pays off over time,
Yeah.
And like I get an email from MetroTax. It's like, hey, Affiliate of the Year winner, next week we need you to lead the committee to vote on the Affiliate of the Year. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it was like for a minute there, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Even though I got my gimmick over there, I got my Tiffany's.
It's so good. I just carry it around.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it put on a shirt. Ask me about Affiliate of the Year.
So good.
But now I still have the thing of holidays. So somewhere in there, I morphed from. We check out in the real estate and real estate related businesses. We check out.
You went hard the other way? That's so weird for you to go extreme the other way. That's so odd that you would do that.
Yeah, these extreme behavior swings.
That's so weird.
So I feel, and this goes back to the earning it thing, where it's like some sort of subroutine in my programming that's there, where I feel like if I'm working on Christmas Eve,
you're getting your foot up.
I'm laughing.
Which can be true. Which can be great, right? Like this whole month is a time to like gain market share, pick up things. Like it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, what you're getting at is like, did I do it by choice or did I do it out of guilt or default or whatever?
It's default.
So that's where I think that intentionality is so huge. So two things in this. One is I would challenge everybody. We've talked about this so many times, but like finish 2026 on paper before you start it, right? Meaning like lay out the year. When do I? And it can be in pencil, right? We can move stuff around, but like lay out the year. Like what vacations do I want to go on? What events am I going to go to? Right? Like lay it out and lay out like, hey, here's my goals. what would I need to do? Lay out the perfect week, your ideal average week. And here's the thing: is it a hell yeah for you or not? Right? Because like some of these people are at their goals, like, oh, okay. Like I'm like, if it's not a hell yeah, what are we doing for the next 365 days? Like, let's make it a hell yeah.
And that has been one of the things. So you're talking about previously in previous Decembers, as juxtaposed against this December. So I like this whole week has been exhausting on every level, up to and including just the miles logged and the physical. So like Monday was all the gals had their Disrupt Her event.
Looked awesome,
which was killer.
Looked amazing, and
room was packed, and they had a really cool layout with the sponsors and everything. And Austin and I and Tanner and Cruz, we ended up putting together the live set at Metrotex. And so we proved, proof of concept is, there's hot internet outlets in the room at Metrotex. So Tanner and I were able to jump on and do the Monday show.
That's so great.
From Metrotex right as kickoff was about to happen.
That's awesome.
And then the best part is, because I have friends in high places, we were able to leave all the shit there.
There you go.
Overnight, except for the really expensive cameras and stuff.
There you go.
So Austin, took all that and sat on it all night long. Come back the next day, it's the back-to-back Real Producers AI Masterclass.
Looked awesome.
And again, we were able to not only go live, but do interviews on set. And then Wednesday, so then after the Real Producers deal, afternoon session, we pack up all the shit. Then we go to Keller Williams, Dallas Preston Road, put everything together Tuesday night. So then Tuesday night, we are basically dialed in. Everything's in place. Wednesday morning, Alan and Michelle show up to do the Wednesday show as our guinea pigs, and we hammer out the dents, and they go live from the training room.
Oh my gosh!
In DPR. Then Teresa has a panel, so she does a live version of her show for their big year-end, like pep rally and all of that. Well, everybody in the office who had their own podcast was on the panel.
Oh, that's so fun.
So it was a podcast about podcasting with podcasters.
The podcast inception. There you go.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And so we did all of that, and then we brought all the shit back over here, and now here we are again live.
And the thing with all that is it's intentionality. Like it's amazing what you can do if you're intentional. It's amazing what you can get done in a weekend if you're intentional. It's amazing what you can get done in a day if you're intentional. It's also amazing how you can waste a whole year and go, what the hell happened? And I think my challenge to everybody right now, especially today looking at December, is get really, really clear on your calendar for this month. Get really clear on what are the 2 or 3 projects you want to get done. Hey, you're going to have some downtime, but if you want to use it, like I'm going to get my database fixed, or I'm going to just I'm going to learn AI, but like what are a couple of things, get that really, really dialed in and go like, what would I need to do to be really proud of myself January 1st and be in momentum? And if you need help with like what that structure looks like and the questions I go through at the end of the year, like reach out and we'll give those to you, because a lot of times you need some structure to do it. But man, there's such a cool opportunity.
Well, and so like now I'm the reason that there was so much chaos over the past couple of weeks is your whole thing of like intention and reflection. So it's like I've had this intentionality of like, okay, we've been setting the table this year on several. It's like 3D chess.
Yes.
Where it's like, okay, I'm gonna nudge this one, I'm gonna nudge this one, I'm gonna nudge this one, and then now that the year is over, and like this whole week was nothing but visibility.
Yeah,
it was literally to get studioUSA out in the room, and because I know from previous experience where the suiting up and showing up is 80 to 85% of everything.
Absolutely.
And then if you don't suck and you don't quit, you'll be fine.
It'll work out.
And now the visibility plus the intentionality of like, what are we here to do? And so the whole thing ties back to September. I said yes to Remington and Real Producers, not knowing anything about what they were going to have at the convention. We show up. Day one is basically, okay, let's finish building the plane. And we're
taking off in an hour.
We're at 8,000 feet, but we need to get altitude. So it's like, okay, let's finish building the plane. Day 2, total game changer, total life altering, and basically gave a whole nother vertical for what we do that I was not. I'm sure in the abstract I would have been aware of it. Like, oh, that's a thing, possibly. I don't know. But until somebody says, hey, what do you think about this? And I say like, yeah, okay.
Let's do it.
And then after I get off the phone, I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure we can do that.
So good.
then it blows up. And then all this week of the visibility was just crazy. And I can't wait now for the content that's going to come out.
It's going to be awesome. All right. What's your words? What's your last? Wrap it up with your words of wisdom, brother. Hit him with something good. What do you got?
Actually, it really is just suit up and show up. The idea of not being married to the result or the outcome.
Yeah. Say yes to the best available yes. And know that if you put the work in, it'll pay off. And don't be attached to where the reward comes from.
Yep.
Just do.
Basically, you're responsible for the effort, not the outcome.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Bam.
Happy
that was
December.
a hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.